What I wanted to say is your family must be incredibly proud of you, because I know how proud we are of you, and I can only imagine that our pride pales in comparison to your family, for all the hard work you put in, everything you've accomplished, and all the people that you're helping. So I just want to start by saying that. So just a round of applause for Candy. I would clap, but I'm not able. You know, it was about 5 years ago that Pam and I were having a conversation, and she said, you know, Madras has a new chief nursing officer. And turned out to be Candy. And I remember her telling me two things. The first thing she said was she was incredibly proud and happy that we were able to attract such an amazing talent. And the second thing she told me was, hang on to your hat, because Candy's not going to leave things just the way they are. And so I was really anxious to meet Candy. And so, wind the clock forward. I've had a fantastic 5 years of interactions with Candy, and she stepped into a difficult situation. I have to say, you know, from the provider side, I knew that side reasonably well, and there were a lot of challenges at the time that Candy stepped in. And to her credit, because of who she is, and the relationships that she builds, and the person that she is, she's made an incredible difference during this period of time. And I think it's just a genuine interest in caring for the people that she works with, and an interest in serving her community that has brought such incredible value to the entire region. It was about 3 years ago, or so, that Candy decided that in addition to being a mother and a wife and a council member in Metolius and having a full-time plus job, that she was going to go back to school. And so she did. And I know that Pam and I both were very honored to have her ask us to partner with her and to be able to be a sounding board on some of her ideas and thoughts as she went through this journey of achieving her doctorate. And I just have to say, this has been fantastic. Just to see Candy's ideas, her thoughts and her inquisitive nature about an area that she wanted to explore around cultural diversity and sensitivity, and just seeing her take her passion in learning in that and turning it into something that I think actually has impacted not just our local community, but much far beyond this. And so I think there are parts of the country that are looking at some of the things that Candy has done here, and it's just been an incredible journey, and I am honored to have been a part of it, to witness your great work, and we're all better and happier and stronger because of your presence. So I just wanted to say that. And I think the title of my little speech here was Message, and so I was trying to think, what would a message be? So here's my message. You're going to have to forgive me for this, Candy. But the message is, you don't have to be tall to set the bar really, really, really high.
I got the honor to we're actually going to do a toast. But I thought you all should know a little bit more about Miss Candy. More than just happen to stop in the hallway because you're out of air because you're laughing so hard. That's one of the things that I love about Candy. But she's going on 29 years as a professional nurse. And you got to catch up, I'm at 40. So you still got a ways to go. Accomplishments are not unfamiliar to this young woman, and it's pretty amazing. You know, she graduated with honors from her college in the Philippines prior to moving to the U.S. in 1994. She got her BSN in 1991. In 2004, she went back and got an MBA. And for some of us nurses, the MBA is a real foreign world out there because the nursing and the business things sometimes don't always connect very well. She's got a lot of alphabet soup after her name, and sometimes they don't all fit on the name tag anymore, but from her nursing degree, her RN, her MBA, her fellowship for the American College of Healthcare Executives, she is boarded as a nurse executive. And that is no small feat in itself either. She's our current CNO at St. Charles Madras, and I got the honor of helping to recruit her in 2014, and it was such a delight. I remember the first time when I Googled her, and I came up with the Nursing Excellence Award from Nurses Week from 2009 in California. So she was recognized throughout the state then as a national leader, and we brought her to Madras. And the changes that Candy has made in this, not only the hospital, but the community, what she's done working with the city council in Metolius, everything she touches, she does with joy, she does with dedication, and it's been absolutely an amazing journey. And I've got to have her as a friend as well. So she's not only, we co-mentor, I can mentor her, she can mentor me, and we've gone a long ways. So she has a passion, as Dr. Absalon talked about, is honoring diversity. And really pushing to even change all of our nursing job descriptions throughout the health system to make sure that we have a requirement that people have a competency in diversity. She was honored this last year as the transformational pioneer from the Northwest Organization of Nurse Execs for Oregon and Washington. And I was fortunate enough to help to write that nomination. But she's been a very big entrepreneur. She's not afraid to try new things. Sometimes they don't work out. Sometimes she calls me and goes, "Oh, can you help me? I have to fix this. We have to change it again." But walking the halls in the hospital is just a palpable difference. And so I know that the caregivers there enjoy her presence. The engagement, the transcultural care, the Native American Patient Family Advisory Council, the work with the women in children's care, the multiple community boards, and the service she does to her church and her church community, her boundless energy, the energy, her honesty, her absolutely love for people, the respect that she shows for people. So when I was actually getting ready, I thought a lot about, so what am I going to say about Candy? And I actually ended up picking a very specific piece of jewelry. And I wore this today, and it's called a white buffalo turquoise. Oh. And I thought the white buffalo really symbolizes Candy in her steadfastness and standing against the storm, and her honoring of diversity. And the eagle that is in this really symbolizes how far she soars, and she takes us with her. So I want you to join me in celebrating Candy and allowing us to be part of her journey and her friendship and her leadership. And congratulations, Dr. Ricardo Picard.
Picard is my new last name.
I know. All right. So congratulations, Candy.
Storm in most cases. When I thought about the most memorable times I've had, I thought about the 2 a.m. phone calls where we're working through crises. I thought about the disaster preparedness exercises and the storms that we worked through, and how impressed I was with Candy's leadership in those. And then I remembered back to 2013 when we went to the IHI for the Patient Safety Executive Development Program. And I have a picture from that.
Oh, no.
That I'm going to pass around one of these. What happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas anymore.
Wow.
So I'm going to tell a quick story. And then I'm going to give Dave the rest of these to sell.
Oh my gosh, what is it?
So I'll describe the picture here in a little bit. But Candy was probably one of the most courageous people I had seen. We had a group of probably 200 executives from around the world sitting at tables, and everybody's uneasy and trying to figure out the temperature of the room. And about 2 days into the seminar, they asked somebody to stand up and sing. Take a guess, who was the first person to stand up and sing? And not only did she get up there and sing, she encouraged about 20 other people from the rest of the room to get up there and sing. So from that day forward, we knew Candy as our actress, the person who could get anybody going in a room. And if you look at that picture as it goes around, I want you to recognize one thing about the table
What is that?
and the drinks that are on the table. And the only person who happens to have a drink,
Wow.
an alcoholic drink. And what's significant about that is Candy, sober, is more fun than most people I know. She doesn't need that drink to start a party. Candy, thank you for all of your partnership over the years.
Thank you, Rob.
So as I was reflecting on this, it's hard to pick out any one thing about working with Candy that stands out because every day something stands out. Every day is memorable, but a couple things that really do kind of pop into my mind. One, we were at a lunch recently, saying goodbye to somebody who was leaving, and Candy shared with us her a delicacy from the Philippines. I'll spare you the details, but I have never heard anybody laugh as loud as she did and for as long as she did on the way back from the restaurant all the way to the hospital. Must have took about 5 minutes of drive time, and she still didn't stop laughing, and she was crying almost. It got me to laughing that loud. It was probably one of the funniest things I've ever experienced, and honestly, it was just a great time spent with you, Candy. But the other thing that really stands out in my mind when working with Candy is the ferocity in which she approaches challenges, the way she breaks down the problems and really drives the work to get it done. It's a very special quality that I think few really possess. But it's also the ferocity in which she champions her caregivers and her patients that really makes that an effective asset. A person who pushes hard without any purpose is pushing. A person who pushes hard with that purpose is a change agent. And I think in reflecting on what I really appreciate most about working with Candy is one, she really has fun and can really get it done. And that's really a great combination. So it's been a pleasure working with you, and I continue to look forward to working with you in the future and for many years to come, Candy.
Thank you. And Bill.
You said it like she was leaving. You're
I
not
know.
saying bye party, right? Okay.
We gather here.
Yeah.
Take it on, buddy.
Absolutely not prepared for this. Let's see. Actually, was thinking about this a little bit, and so I've been at Madras off and on for about, I think I'm coming up on my 29th year, and I've been through. Every once in a while I sit down and count, and I've been through 15 CEOs. Okay, I haven't been through a third of that when it comes to CNOs, and that's why I can tell you. Just like any good nurse can make a really awful doctor look okay, a good CNO can keep the hospital running. That's really the big part of it. We've had, even in the CNO world, we've had some that were pretty good. But then Candy was right up there. She's 1A with another nurse with Tammy. You know, and so, but I think it's really great, and it's like, but everybody's talking about the ferocity and the challenge and the silliness and the laughing. There's another side. In the ED, we have some really, really bad stuff happen. Not just the ED, other departments. We get dealt a bad set of cards and we can't do anything about it. Every time that happens, the first thing she wants to know is how are the staff? Every time. And that matters more than anything else. And that's what we'll always remember. Not you're leaving. You're not leaving, but we don't leave.
She just told me I had to come over and offer a prayer and say some words, but you know what? Sitting there listening to the honor that was brought to her through the music made me think of words from my grandma when she used to say, great people don't need to brag about themselves. because other people will come up and do it for them. And it's an honor to know you and to work with you. And I hope and I know our relationship will become stronger because the efforts that you're doing for all the people in Central Oregon. And you better not move back to the Philippines. Because they don't play good basketball. Thank you.